Our third and final story comes from Child and Family Resources, Inc. The title is Choices, and please join me in welcoming to the stage Joy Leveen.
Being a teen parent is hard, and from our experience, there is a turning point where things can get better or go south. Let me take you to a turning point of a girl named Allie in her apartment on a Tuesday afternoon. I don't know why you need a GED, Allie. I make enough money to take care of us. Don't you trust me? Miguel gazed into Alejandra's eyes, working his usual charm. She felt herself falling for it, as usual. She always did. This isn't about you, Alejandra said, turning from his gaze. This is about me. And Corey, it's about us. Miguel sneered and leapt off the couch. Alejandra pursued him, lowering her voice so as not to wake 1-year-old Corey, trying unsuccessfully to sleep in her bedroom. This is about me finishing school and being able to do something for me and my son. I need to do this. If I can just get the GED, then I can get a better job. Maybe go to Phoenix College to study nursing. Miguel spun suddenly, his nose inches from hers. Allie, don't choose that school over me. I need you, and that stupid school is taking you away from me. But Miguel let his teenage temper flare. Stay home today, Allie. Stay home every day. Stay with me if you know what's good for you. Yesterday in her classroom at the Maricopa Center for Adolescent Parents, Alejandra had been flush with success, victory even. It began when she appeared at my office door several weeks ago and quietly announced, "Mrs. Bunny says I'm ready to take my social studies test." "Great," I said, glancing at the calendar. "Wow, that was fast, Alejandra. You've only been here 3 weeks." I know, Alejandra said, twisting her fingers in front of her. It was a nervous habit she had when talking to anyone in authority, especially teachers. Now MCAP offered her a path to a life neither her mother or grandmother had ever known. 2 days later, she was back in my office with her scores. "I've never passed anything before," she whispered, still trying to grasp her success. "How does it feel?" I asked. "It's pretty cool," she said and smiled. All of the GED students celebrated Alejandra's success that day during their weekly community lunch. The applause made Alejandra blush. All of her fellow students were used to bad news when it came to tests at school. They, like Alejandra, had dropped out after becoming pregnant teenagers. Alejandra found she enjoyed her school days at the center. From studying for GED exams to learning life skills and attending parenting classes, while her son was down the hall in the Early Learning Center, she'd come to look forward to each day's activities. She felt proud of her accomplishments, a foreign feeling, and one she would like to feel again. Over the following 5 weeks, the students celebrated with Alejandra again for passing her science and reading GED tests. Only 2 tests left. That's when Miguel started getting jealous. Back in their apartment, Allie was glad for the phone call interrupting Miguel's rant. "Hi, Alejandra, it's Joy. You weren't at school today. We miss you. What's going on?" I've just been dealing with some family issues," Alejandra said. "Is everything okay?" I asked. "I can hear Corey crying." Miguel smirked and walked outside to smoke, clearly thinking he'd made his point. Alejandra lowered her voice and spoke quickly into the phone. "My boyfriend and I are fighting," she told me. "He thinks I'm spending too much time away from him, and he won't give me a ride anymore. I'm not sure what to do." "Well, we have bus passes so you and Corey can get to school every day. But you have to decide how important this is to you. I need you here first thing tomorrow morning to hold your spot in the program." Oh, okay," Alejandra said. "I'll call you back." "Anytime," I said. When her boyfriend returned, Alejandra faced him. "Miguel, I need to go to school. Joy will give me a bus pass, but only if I show up tomorrow. I have 2 tests to go. I'm almost there." "You don't need a GED, Allie." "I do know what's good for me," Alejandra said. "That's why I'm going." Miguel's eyes narrowed. "I will make your life miserable, Allie. Without me, you won't have a ride. You won't have anyone to pay rent. Your son won't have a dad to stand in for that bastard who got you pregnant. You will have nothing." Alejandra bit her lip, her eyes down. She summoned the courage of the other girls in her class, all struggling with the same thing she was. They wouldn't take this. She took a deep breath and met Miguel's gaze. You can say and do whatever you want. I am going to school tomorrow, and I am going to finish my GED. You can't stop me, and if you won't support me, get out. I'm going to be a nurse whether you want me to or not. That's when she noticed that Corey had stopped crying.
Well read, well read. All right, and we turn to David Goldberg for his comments. David.
Thank you, Joy. That was a terrific dramatic reading. A couple things that I really liked. You gave us a little preface up front, just a couple words to help set the context. Just without giving us a spoiler, it was sort of, we kind of knew what the story might be about, or at least the context of it. The narrative was developed very artfully, especially in that room at the beginning. I felt like perhaps I was actually in the room listening, but not wanting to be recognized as in the room, because it was a little scary, actually. And that brings me to my next point. In addition to a protagonist, you had an antagonist, which helped define the protagonist, actually, by being what he was not. The goal was very clear, what she wanted to do. And overall, just a very nice job. Thank you.